Wash this body part every day to live longer after 60 if you're 65, 80. Have you ever noticed how some people in their 70s or even 80s seem to glow? Like really glow, not just with health, but with a kind of quiet power. Their eyes are bright. Their steps are steady. You get the sense they're not just existing, they're living. And then, there are others, same age, same town, maybe even the same doctors, and yet they look tired, faded, like they're carrying invisible weight. Their energy's gone. Their mood's low. And it's not because they did something terribly wrong. It's often because they missed something small, something no one told them to pay attention to. Now I know what you're thinking. What could that possibly be? Well, today, I want to share a simple daily habit that can actually help you live longer, especially after 60. And it starts with something almost no one talks about. A single body part that, if cleaned daily, can make a powerful difference in your energy, mood, and even your lifespan. It sounds too simple, right? Wash a body part, live longer? But stick with me because by the end of this video, not only will you know what it is, but you'll also understand why it matters so much, how it connects to brain health, heart health, and even emotional well-being, and exactly what to do starting tonight. And I'll also share a quick, 1-minute evening ritual that could become the most powerful health habit you add this year. But before we dive in, let me take you back for a second. There's a man in my building, Mr. Ray. He's 78, retired electrician, wears flannel shirts even in July, and still climbs 2 flights of stairs every day just because he doesn't trust elevators. And let me tell you, he's sharp. He remembers names, jokes, stories from 1964. Every time I see him, I think, that's the kind of aging I want. One day, I asked him, Ray, what's your secret? He laughed and said, I wash my feet every night before bed. Now, I'll admit, I was expecting something more dramatic, like some rare supplement or Navy SEAL breathing technique. But feet? Then he said something that stuck with me. You'd be surprised what ends up in your head when you start taking care of what's at the bottom. That one line sent me down a rabbit hole. And what I discovered, he was onto something that science is just now catching up with. So yes, the body part we're talking about today is your feet. But not just for hygiene. Not just so your socks smell nicer. This is about something much deeper. See, your feet are more than just the things that get you from point A to B. They're home to over 7,000 nerve endings. They're directly connected to your circulation, your lymphatic system, and here's the wild part, your brain. And the older we get, the more those connections matter. Let me break this down a bit. As we age, our circulation naturally starts to slow. That means it takes longer for blood to reach the furthest parts of your body, like your hands and especially your feet. And when blood flow slows, so does oxygen delivery. Toxins build up faster. Healing takes longer. That's why older adults are more prone to things like swollen ankles, cold feet, or slow-healing foot wounds. But here's the problem. When circulation and nerve activity weaken in your feet, your brain often gets affected too. Why? Because your nervous system works like a giant loop. When stimulation dies out at the ends, like your feet, the brain starts receiving fewer signals to stay sharp. It's kind of like turning off the lights in the hallway to your memory. Washing your feet isn't just about getting clean. It's about reawakening those nerve endings, activating circulation, stimulating the parts of your brain responsible for balance, cognition, and even emotional regulation. In traditional Chinese medicine, the feet are seen as a map of the entire body. Reflexologists believe that every organ system can be reached through pressure points on the soles. Now, whether or not you buy into that, modern research does support one powerful truth. Regular, intentional contact with your feet, especially warm washing or massage, reduces stress, improves blood flow, and even boosts sleep quality. So let's make this practical. What can you do? Start with a warm water rinse every night. Nothing fancy. Just take a few minutes before bed. Soak a cloth in warm water and gently clean your feet, top, bottom, between the toes. As you do it, breathe deeply. Be present. Feel the warmth, the touch. This small act sends a cascade of signals to your nervous system. It says, you're safe. You're cared for. It's time to rest. And the result? Better sleep, calmer mind, and, over time, a stronger brain-body connection. Want to go a step further? After washing, dry your feet gently, then give them a light massage with coconut oil or olive oil. Doesn't need to be fancy. Just circular motions with your thumbs, around the arches, heels, toes. If you want, press gently on the ball of your foot and breathe out slowly. That's a reflex point connected to your lungs and chest. And here's a tip most people overlook. Always check your feet. This daily habit helps you catch little issues like cuts, blisters, or signs of poor circulation before they become big problems. Especially if you're diabetic or pre-diabetic, this simple visual check can literally save your limbs. I once knew a woman named Elaine. Sweet lady, 74, baked the best lemon cookies you've ever had. But one winter, she got a tiny crack on her heel. Barely noticed it. A month later, it was infected. She had to spend 6 weeks in a rehab facility. All because she skipped one tiny check. After that, she never missed her nighttime foot wash again. Now, you might be wondering, can something this small really help you live longer? Here's what the experts are saying: yes. Because longevity isn't just about the big stuff, surgeries, prescriptions, procedures. It's about accumulated wellness. It's about the tiny daily habits that reduce your stress, regulate your body systems, and keep you connected literally to the ground beneath you. Your feet hold you up. They keep you moving. They send signals to your brain, help with balance, protect your joints, and support your heart by circulating blood back up your body. And when you take time each day to care for them, really care, you're also caring for your entire internal world. So let me ask you, when was the last time you gave your feet a little love? Not just a rinse in the shower. Not just throwing on socks and going to bed. I mean a pause, a breath, a moment of kindness toward the part of you that's carried everything. Your weight, your stories, your stress, for over 6 decades. Because here's the truth. How you treat your feet can change how your whole body ages. So tonight, before bed, I want you to try this. Sit on the edge of your bed with a warm, damp cloth. Gently wash each foot. As you do, take one slow breath per motion. Maybe you say something like, "Thank you for carrying me." It might feel silly at first. That's okay. Do it anyway. Then dry them off, rub in a little oil or lotion, and just sit for a moment with your eyes closed. It's simple. It's quiet. But it's medicine. In the next part, I'll go deeper into how this ties into fall prevention, immune health, and even loneliness, and how reconnecting with your body can help reconnect you to life itself. Let me tell you something that might surprise you. One of the leading causes of injury, and even death, after age 65 isn't heart attacks or cancer. It's falls. Not dramatic ones. Not skydiving or mountain climbing accidents. I'm talking about slipping in the bathroom, tripping over a shoe, losing balance while reaching for something on a high shelf. And here's where your feet come back into the picture. See, balance isn't just about strong legs or good eyesight. It starts at the ground, at the feet. When those 7,000 nerve endings we talked about start to dull, which they naturally do with age, your body stops getting clear signals about where you are in space. Your brain starts guessing, and sometimes it guesses wrong. That's why something as simple as stepping off a curb can suddenly feel uncertain. Or why you find yourself looking down more often when you walk, double-checking each step. But the beautiful thing is this: when you wash your feet daily, you're not just keeping them clean. You're stimulating them. You're waking up those sleepy nerve endings. You're reminding your brain, hey, we're still here. Stay sharp. It's kind of like restarting a Wi-Fi router. It reconnects the signal. Want to take it a step further? Try this little balance exercise after your evening foot wash. Stand barefoot near a wall or chair, something you can hold onto for support. Gently shift your weight from your heels to your toes, back and forth. Then try lifting one foot just an inch off the ground. Hold for 5 seconds, then switch. It's not about perfection. It's about awareness, bringing attention to the places we tend to ignore. Now let's talk about something else that happens when you start tuning into your feet. Your immune system starts paying attention too. Here's why. Our bodies are constantly filtering blood, lymph, waste. But when circulation slows, that filtering process clogs. Think of it like a kitchen sink that hasn't been rinsed properly. Gunk builds up. And that gunk? It can become inflammation, stress hormones, or even toxins that suppress immunity. But by gently stimulating your feet every day, especially with warm water or massage, you support your lymphatic system, your body's natural detox system. And when lymph moves better, immunity improves. You recover faster. You fight off colds better. Your inflammation levels go down. And yes, your lifespan can increase. There's a kind of magic in this small act. But let's go deeper still, because this isn't just about physical health. Do you ever feel disconnected? Like the days blur together? Like you're floating through routine without really feeling anything? That's more common than most people admit, especially in later life. Retirement, empty nests, losses, they can make you feel invisible. And what I've seen over and over again is that when people start reconnecting with their bodies, even just their feet, something wakes up inside them. It's like remembering you're here, that you matter, that you're still in this game. There's this woman named Joyce I used to work with. Lovely, quiet, kept mostly to herself. After her husband passed, she kind of faded. Stopped coming to group walks, skipped social events. But one day we were talking and I mentioned this foot washing ritual. She laughed, thought it was silly, but she promised to try it. A few weeks later, she came up to me, eyes shining, and said, "I started looking forward to it, just that 5 minutes. It's the first time in months I felt like I was caring for me again." That's the kind of shift we're talking about here. See, longevity isn't just about adding years to your life. It's about adding life to your years. And tiny, intentional acts like this, washing your feet, massaging them, noticing them, are quiet declarations that you're still here, still present, still alive. So let's add a few more layers to this. After your nightly foot wash, I encourage you to include a breathing ritual. Nothing complex. Just close your eyes and take 5 slow breaths in through your nose, out through your mouth. As you breathe, imagine that each breath is traveling down to your feet, bringing warmth, circulation, and awareness. Then ask yourself, gently, what did I carry today? Was it stress, fear, maybe joy, gratitude? Just notice. That's it. No judgment. This tiny moment of reflection can do wonders for your mental clarity. And over time, it builds emotional resilience, the kind that helps you live not just longer, but better. Now, let's layer in one more surprising benefit: better sleep. People over 65 often struggle with sleep. Whether it's falling asleep, staying asleep, or waking up too early, it's frustrating, and it affects everything from memory to mood to immunity. But warm foot washing has been shown to help trigger your body's natural wind-down process. It lowers your core body temperature so your brain gets the message, time for rest. It also activates the parasympathetic nervous system, that's your rest and digest mode, the opposite of fight or flight. So when you add this to your evening routine, you're not just cleaning your feet. You're cueing your body to shift into a state of healing, calm, and deep rest. I've had people tell me they fall asleep faster, dream more vividly, wake up less often, all from adding this simple 5-minute ritual. Now let's pause here for a second, just you and me, and take a breath. Can you imagine adding this to your evening? Picture it. The house is quiet. You sit down at the edge of your bed. You have a warm cloth in your hands. Maybe there's a soft lamp on. Maybe some quiet music. You take off your socks, dip the cloth into the warm water, and begin to wash each foot with care. It's slow, gentle, almost meditative. And in that moment, you're not thinking about the news, or your next appointment, or what hurts. You're right here, with your body, with yourself. This isn't just a habit. It's a homecoming, a way of reminding yourself every single night that your body deserves kindness. That age doesn't mean neglect, that the parts of you that carry the most deserve the most care. And over time, that care ripples outward. Your mood lifts, your sleep deepens, your steps feel lighter, your balance improves. You smile more. You feel more grounded, literally and emotionally. So if you've been feeling like your health is slipping, like your energy's fading, like life's speeding up while you're slowing down, maybe, just maybe, the answer isn't some miracle drug or strict new diet. Maybe it's your feet. Start there, tonight, because if you can change how you connect with the ground, you might just change how you rise tomorrow.